Hello YouTube, welcome to another type of
Before I start this tutorial, I want to say that this tutorial is a Photoshop tutorial conversion. The Photoshop tutorial had been recently made by GimpKnowHow. GimpKnowHow. You can go ahead and check out his channel. I'll give the link in the description. So this I've converted the tutorial into GIMP. So today in GIMP we're going to be creating this very nice looking slick button in GIMP. A glossy, nice looking slick button. Start up by making a new image any size you want. I'm using 640 by 400, and now I'm gonna use a blue background, and I'm not gonna do more with the background in this tutorial because I'm just gonna show you how to do the button. So I'm going to use a nice blue background. I'm going to use a dark blue. The HTML notation is 133050 to black. I'm going to use black as my background color. Put your shape on radial, just stroke out, and make a new layer. And what we're going to do is select your rectangular select tool. Make sure you have checked rounded corners over here, and my radius is on 21, and just make a button, just make a selection like that. And for this background, for the button, I'm gonna use a nice bright red. So select your gradient tool. I'm gonna use a red, bright red. The HTML notation is A70DOD to dark gray. The HTML notation is 360000, and then set your shape on linear. Just stroke upwards like this. Just stroke. And now what we're gonna do is make a new layer. Select your rectangle select tool. Make sure your mode is intersect with the current selection, or you can just press Ctrl plus Shift to make it. And now we're gonna select something like this. So you may be knowing this is for the gloss of the button. So select your blend tool and make sure your foreground is on white. Put your shape on linear. Put your gradient on FG to transmit, and just stroke upwards like this. Like that. Go and select none. Put the mode on overlay, and lower the opacity to about 30%, and we're gonna merge those down. And now alpha selection the text. Alpha selection the button. Make a new layer. Again, select your blend tool. Put your foreground on black, and this time we're just gonna stroke on the corners like this. Stroke on the corners. Go ahead and select none, and lower the opacity to around 45%. As you can see, it gives it a little depth to the image. And now merge those down. And now what we're gonna do is make a new layer. Fill that in with black, and go to filters, light and shadow, lens flare, and just drag yours maybe around somewhere like this. Just drag this to the center. Drag this to the center a bit. And click OK, and you should get something like this. Yes. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the mode in the layers tab and put the mode on dodge, and select your scale tool, click on the I'm sorry if you some sounds in the background. Click on the image, and we're gonna squeeze it like that, and stretch them on the sides like that, and click on scale, and select your move tool and move that around there. And as you can see, it gives it a nice glow on the top. So, and now what we're gonna do is duplicate that uh, duplicate that layer, and just put that on the bottom of the image to get a nice look like that. Yeah. And we're gonna lower the opacity of both on to around 49%. And now what we're gonna do is alpha selection our button, make a new layer and fill that in with black, and this is for the shadow. Go ahead and select none, put that layer below the button, go to filters, blur, Gaussian blur, and blur that by around 15 pixels, and you should get this. Now select your move tool and just move that little down and lower the opacity to around 52%, and just merge those down. And now we're gonna add the text, so make a new layer above everything, select your text tool, and I'm using a font called ethnocentric. I'll give the link in the description. So and I'm using the size of 35, and just I'm gonna type in subscribe. uh, uh, just one sec. Yeah, so I've just typed in subscribe, and select your move tool and just move that where you want. And now we're gonna add I mean alpha selection the text, and fill that in with a dark gray. The HTML notation is 191919. Just fill that in. Now go ahead and select none, and now we're gonna add a shadow. So go to filters, light and shadow, drop shadow, and these are my settings. The offset X is on 1, offset Y is on 1, blur radius 2, color white, opacity 100, and uncheck color resizing. Click OK. uh, and now alpha selection the text, the original text layer, make a new layer, fill that in with black. uh, I mean, go to select invert and fill that in with black. Go ahead and select none, and we're gonna lower the opacity of it to 63 to just see. And now we're gonna go to filters, blur, Gaussian, filters, blur, Gaussian blur, and we're gonna blur that by around. We're gonna blur that. We're gonna blur that by around 4 pixels. Click OK, and select your move tool and just move it a little bit to the right, so it gives it a inner shadow. And now alpha selection the original text layer, click on select, go to the background, click on select, invert, edit, cut, and go and select none. And now if you see, it's given it a nice inner shadow. And now on this white text, which is a drop shadow, just lower the opacity a bit to about uh to about six, and merge those down. And now with